1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has directed the concerned authorities to devise short and long-term strategies to harness the immense potential of information technology in the country. Ulama and Mushayikh of different schools of thought in a virtual meeting have assured President to implement in letter and spirit anti-COVID SOPs during the month of Ramadan. Pakistan has expressed deep sorrow over the loss of precious lives in a launch capsize incident, drowning over 26 people in Bangladesh. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Hurriyat leaders and organizations say Indian troops are continuing death and destruction using chemical substance in the name of so-called cordon and search operations in the territory. Representatives of Iran, France, Germany, Russia, Britain and China are meeting in Vienna tomorrow in an effort to revive the nuclear deal. In Indonesia and East Timor, over 100 people have been killed in flash floods and landslides triggered by cyclone and torrential rains. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has directed the authorities concerned to finalize short, medium and long-term strategies based on timelines for development of IT sector. Chairing a meeting in Islamabad today on promotion of IT sector in the country, he emphasized on early implementation of the strategy. The Prime Minister said Pakistan has immense potential in IT sector and the government is taking steps on priority basis to engage experts in information technology, especially the freelancers. Underlining the importance of building special technology zones in the country, he said establishment of such zones will play a pivotal role in the development of IT sector. Imran Khan said various challenges have emerged during the pandemic. However, it has also created countless opportunities for the IT professional youth to work from home. The minister was apprised that Pakistan currently has the potential to earn $5 billion foreign exchange in IT sector. However, due to lack of facilities and discipline in the sector, the foreign exchange is much lower than its potential. President Dr. Arif Alvi has urged ulama and mushayikh to play their role for ensuring implementation of standard operating procedures against COVID-19 in mosques and imam bargahs during the holy month of Ramadan. He was virtually speaking at a consultative meeting of ulama and mushayikh about observance of COVID-related SOPs in mosques and imam bargahs during Ramadan in Islamabad today. The President appreciated the role of ulama and mushayikh in observance of the SOPs during the last Ramadan and emphasized implementing the same 20-point guidelines in the mosques and imam bargahs. He said people above 65 years of age should avoid visiting the mosques. He also suggested to observe the first Jummah of Ramadan as Jummah-e-Nijat from the pandemic. Speaking on the occasion, Minister for Religious Affairs Dr. Nurul Haq Qadri said his ministry is in contact with all stakeholders and the SOPs will be implemented in all mosques and imam bargahs with the support of IMI Masajid. In their speeches, the ulama from different schools of thought assured that guidelines will be followed in letter and spirit in the mosques across the country like last year. The Senate today passed a resolution regarding increasing efforts in vaccination drive against COVID-19. The resolution urged the government to provide either free-of-cost anti-corona vaccine to the general public or as per original international market price. Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on Poverty Alleviation and Social Safety, Sania Nishtar, informed the House that the government has fixed prices of the vaccine under drug pricing policy in a transparent manner. He said as per worldwide norm, elderly people and frontline health workers are being given the vaccine on priority basis. Leader of the House in the Senate, Shehzad Wasim, has urged the opposition parties in the House to work towards a unanimous stance on electoral reforms. Speaking on the floor at the beginning of new parliamentary year of the Senate, he said electoral reforms are the only way forward in resolving issues about elections. Shehzad Wasim said, constructive criticism is the essence of real democracy and we welcome it at every fora. Earlier, speaking in the House, opposition leader in the House, Yusuf Raza Gilani, expressed the resolve to work in tandem with all political parties for providing relief to the people. Special Assistant on National Health Services Dr. Faisal Sultan says anti-COVID vaccination process is underway smoothly in the country. Talking to media after inauguration of a vaccination center in the Tarlai area of Islamabad today, he said vaccination for the youth will be started in phases. The Special Assistant appealed the public to follow the SOPs to contain the spread of COVID-19. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. The National Assembly was informed today that the circular debt of power sector has increased due to the flawed policies of the previous government. Minister for Power Omar Ayub Khan told the House during question hour that the PMLN government signed faulty power contracts with no focus on the energy mix. He said the capacity payments, which were 185 billion rupees in 2013, reached 865 billion rupees last year. He said we have to make these payments to the power plants whether we purchase or not electricity from them. Parliamentary Secretary for Finance Zain Qureshi told the House that the government's economic reforms agenda is on the track to address structural balances in the economy for sustainable and inclusive growth in future. Pakistan has expressed deep sorrow over the loss of precious lives in a launch capsized in Shitalabaya River in Bangladesh. In a tweet today, Foreign Office spokesperson Zahid Hafiz Chaudhry expressed heartfelt condolences to the government and brotherly people of Bangladesh and the bereaved families. At least 26 people were killed when a small launch with over 100 passengers on board capsized after it collided with a cargo vessel in Shitalakaya River south of the capital Dhaka. Officials say the ferry carried over 100 passengers and some are still missing. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, Hurriyat leaders and organizations have said that Indian troops are continually death and destruction spree in the name of so-called cordon and search operations in the territory. In their statements in Srinagar, the leaders and organizations said that the brutal troops are not only involved in killing the innocent youth, but are also destroying houses with chemical substance during the dreaded operations. The statements maintained that violent operations and raids are just a pretext to harass and hunt down the Kashmiris. Former Chief Minister and President People's Democratic Party Mehbooba Mufti, in an interview in Srinagar, stressed the need for enhanced unity to meet the challenge of Indian onslaught against the people of Jammu and Kashmir collectively. She made it clear that there is no alternative but to take the Indian government's onslaught head-on as a unit. The signatories to the Iran nuclear deal will meet in Vienna tomorrow in an effort to revive the agreement signed in 2015. Representatives of Iran, France, Germany, Russia, Britain and China will discuss the challenges, how to roll back sanctions imposed on Tehran by former US President Donald Trump. Meanwhile, according to the European Commission, the US envoys will not be part of these discussions but will be on hand for separate contacts with the group. In Indonesia and East Timor, over 100 people have been killed in flash floods and landslides triggered by torrential rains and cyclone. Indonesia Disaster Agency warned that the death toll could rise while dozens are still missing after the cyclone brought flash floods and landslides amid heavy rains in affected areas stretches from Flores Island in eastern Indonesia to East Timor. And finally, we have the weather report for you. Rain with wind and thunderstorm is expected in upper and central Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, North Baluchistan, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir during the next 24 hours. However, hot and dry weather is likely to prevail elsewhere in the country. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.